that day.
Very well kept.
Yeah, it was in the country, driving through the fields. It's beautiful. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, Liz.
It's all right. So we also have Brenda says hi from Kansas.
Nice.
Kathy
Kansas?
says hello from
Our neighbor.
Ohio.
I probably have a story from every state, so I probably won't
Yes.
keep going because I really could talk for an hour just about all the states.
And Patty's saying hello from Newfoundland.
Oh,
Stephanie's
I've been
also
to
from
Newfoundland. That is an amazing place too. They have these giant. Oh well.
And we've got Carol. Carol says hi, Jenny, Natalie, and Liz. I'm from Hamilton, Missouri. So hi,
Well,
Carol.
hi, Carol.
Hamilton is a beautiful place, isn't it? We could tell you a few stories about that as well.
And Carol.
And we could tell you a few stories about Carol as well too.
She is the sweetest.
She is
That's
darling,
right.
yeah.
So one of the very cool things about our Block Friday block party is that we actually have a sale today on an annual subscription. So if you are a new
Oh.
subscriber,
Ooh.
you can subscribe today for $10 off your annual subscription. So there's a link to how to subscribe in the
Actually, it's
description
pretty
below.
cheap to subscribe normally.
It is. It's such a
Yeah.
great deal because you get 10 patterns plus
In
in
every
an
issue.
and an issue is only $7.99. So it's a really good
And
deal.
now you get $10 off of that. So you guys, just so you know, would be like the best Christmas gift ever because it's going to come
It is a
6
good
times
gift,
a year,
yeah.
and somebody's going to go, oh. They're, it's like I gave Natalie a case of green beans one year for Christmas, so she would think of me every time she opened them up, But
Yeah.
Block is so much better than that.
Now my kids call her Grandma Green Bean.
I don't think that's really true.
No.
I've never heard them say it to my face, I should say.
Nope, they don't. That's
but they
true.
could think
I'm
your
just
friends
kidding.
and family could think of you every time they open their Block magazine. That
That's
is
right.
really cool.
Yeah, I actually
Yep.
think that's a great idea. And
Okay.
it's good until when?
It's good until 11:59 p.m. tonight Central
Tonight.
Time.
Just a few more hours
Just
then.
a few more hours today Central Time. It's this kind of one-day special for Block Friday.
Awesome.
That's so good.
Man, I can think of a few people that. What a great
All
gift
the,
that
all
would
the
be.
block things are fun.
Yeah,
I've been having a good time this year with Block.
we have been having a good time this year with Block. Why, Natalie? Why have you been having a good time?
Because it's more fun than ever.
Right? Well, and I see a little something in front of you there, Natalie. I know
see
we'll
a
talk
little-
about this
Ah.
later, but
There is.
We have been doing Block now for a little over 7 years. And
Is
we
that
decided,
all?
yes, yep.
It's not 10.
2013 was our first year.
Wow.
Yeah. So we decided to put together a best of Block, and it has beautiful pictures. It's spiral bound. It opens flat, and it features basically our favorite quilts from the 7 years that we did Block. And
Okay, so you guys,
it has
you have to have seen this list first. Let's talk about because we do 52 quilts a year for 7 years.
right.
Do that math, and then we had to pick.
Well, so we actually have more than that because Block has 60 quilts a year.
Yes.
So between YouTube and Block, there are some that are exclusive to one channel or the other. And so we actually
the math is
had
starting to get real.
we had a
crazy.
lot more, but we decided what we did is we divided them up into pre-cut sizes, and then the other thing that's so cool is we included a bunch of memories and little, not a lot of stories, but a lot of Block fun facts, we called them, and so they would have like something someone remembered from the first photo shoot.
We really
or-
wanted to fill it with patterns more than stories.
There are
a
still
few
some stories, yes.
And the beginning page always has a little blurb on it.
Yeah, so we did a little story about Block and how it came to be, and you'll see this really
This is so
horrific
fun.
photo of us on the very
So-
first day that we launched Block. Like
So
literally, this was like an hour in to when we said, "Hey everyone, Block's for sale. What do you think?"
And we knew
And
we
it
had
was
to reach
so
so
nerve-wracking.
many subscribers, and all the kids are sitting around my desk with their computers.
And we're just watching.
And Christina's there, and it's just like Alan would say, refresh, and it would be like, we have 1,000 subscribers. Refresh.
Yeah, it was
We have
so
1,500,
crazy
and it was
exciting. Like that was
so like a racehorse exciting.
Well, what it meant was that what we'd worked on for so
People-
long was actually interesting to people, and
Well,
that
I
is
had
really
some rules
exciting.
about Block. So one of my things about magazines is I hate all the advertisements, and I hate those white cards that stick in magazines. And so I said to him, "Can we do a magazine that's like a pattern book? It doesn't go away." And so, like, if somebody today finds a tutorial on, the Dresden plate, which came out 150 years ago, but they can actually still get the pattern because it's in a Block magazine that doesn't
Right.
go away. And they're like, yes, we can do like a pattern booklet, no advertisement, no white cards. And when they brought it to me, I was so thrilled. Oh my gosh, I was like, we did this? I was so excited. So now we
was
have this
pretty
best
fun.
of block, and this is
Has this
hardcover.
picture? We found this picture in a frame at TJ Maxx and just decided to use it at the on the cover.
'Cause it just looks,
It's a really pretty
it looked
lady.
a lot like me. Oh my gosh.
Just kidding.
So, and this
Obviously,
is
it's
also
Jenny Doan.
Right. This is so great too because it is the best of block. So it's separate from your subscription. This is a
Yes,
completely different
it's something
thing.
you can get extra.
Yes, and it's a beautiful, like the
It's
spiral
like a
binding.
coffee table book.
And it lets it lay flat. It's some great things. And we also are really
Yeah.
excited about like this December issue. Some folks are asking about the quilt behind you. It's in this issue.
This
So
quilt behind
I
us.
know.
This is the block sew along. We decided kind of at the last minute to throw in a sew along. Mom didn't even know about it for
I
about the
didn't. I was
first
like-
3 issues.
I was like, wait,
What are you talking about? So this one, every issue of
Ruby
block
Sensation.
for 2020 came out with a block to go in the book. Does that make sense? I
Yes.
feel like that got
So
a little
each issue of the
confusing.
book had a
Yes.
pattern.
One block in each block magazine.
And this is the finished quilt, and I think it turned out beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
It's
It
so
is
pretty.
gorgeous. So each of these individual blocks all have a tutorial they're connected to.
Yep.
But, you know, like in this one, you're going to make 6 of these ones. And then you're, you know, I mean, it's just the way they did it was so
And
cool.
speaking of, like, if you subscribe tonight, next year's subscription, we're doing a new one, and it is so beautiful.
It is
It's so beautiful.
Awesome.
like I actually,
I love it.
I'm going to probably sew along.
Are you?
Yeah. I still probably will have to make this one anyway,
Are-
just because it's so cute. But what I love about this is what I love about my block of the month as well is that, so there's a sapphire sensation out there, and there's
Yes.
a violet sensation out there,
Right,
you
yeah.
know, lavender sensation. I mean, people are doing them in their own colors, and oh my gosh, they're so beautiful when you see them, and you know,
Just turned out really nice.
you guys are so creative and amazing. It's just really cool.
We do have another colorway that we'll show you when we get
That's
there.
right.
Yeah.
So speaking of getting
later.
there, let's start. So we're going to show you the quilts that are going to be in this upcoming issue. So I know we have them all piled to the side. to
Cool.
show you.
Cool.
Piled. Here, let
So
me move
The
that.
December issue is packed full of good things.
That's right. The first one we have is the bear paw.
Yep. You ready for this?
well, I
You can
was-
just leave it on the
okay.
table.
So the bear paw, this is, if you have never done a bear paw, one of my bear paws, you need to do it because I do the bear paw the easy way. There are no half square triangles in this quilt. And so the way we do it is we put the row on and we snowball the corner. And so it makes it super easy. It gives it all the look without any of the stress. And this is the bear paw that's in this coming up block magazine.
Yep, and it
fabric
it's set on
line.
point, which is so great and so much easier to do than we think.
Bear
That's
paw on
right.
point. The fabric is Elizabeth.
Yep.
And for Robert Kaufman.
Yep.
There's so much information on these tags.
And so we're
What
going
do
to
you
show
know?
you too. So we have some of this, like you said, this was also a tutorial. So we're going to show you that a little picture of that tutorial as we go.
Oh, you'll pop them up?
We're gonna
That's
pop
so
those
cool.
up.
Oh, that's cool. We are getting so good at this, you
know,
guys.
we're getting-
Yep. Do you want to
fancy.
actually stack them
I
on
will.
that side?
Sure.
You can just make a big pile over
I
there.
will. I'll make a big pile.
And then
All right.
second,
Here comes
Are we
the,
ready?
yeah, the
the double squared star
star.
table runner,
This was Natalie's project on
courtesy
Triple
of
Play.
yours truly.
That's right.
I know, it's so funny. I read a quote today. I mean, a comment today in our Triple Play. You know, I go in and read the comments, and one was like, "Natalie wins again." And you're like, we're having a little contest, but this is really cute. So this
Yep.
is in the
December
this was
block.
a December block,
Yep.
and it's a Triple Play.
Well, and we
and so
made
there's
it
three
in.
other ideas. If you make this, you can make it 3 other ways.
Yep.
So that's a Triple Play. If you love that pattern, you might want to go back and look
That's
at.
right.
Yep.
And are you showing them the
The
picture?
YouTube
Yes, we
video
sure are.
pictures
And
are
we'll-
going up
I got
at
a
the
thumbs
same
up from
time.
Isaac.
Yes.
Oh, this is sideways. Let's go up and down, unless you want to show it
We can show it more.
big sideways.
Yeah.
So this
It's
is
sideways.
framed pinwheels. And on, do you remember the fabric we used on this on YouTube? I think it was blue and purple.
I don't
Got
remember
that
the name of the
picture.
fabric,
Yep,
but
sure is.
Yeah,
I
is
think it
it?
was blue and purple.
It looks so, they
the-
always look so different
It
and
does,
so
and I
beautiful
love
in
that.
different fabrics.
When people see the fabric, they'll, or like sometimes they'll comment, "Oh, I would make this, but those aren't my colors." use your colors.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because
So
you
many
can see
different
from
colors,
the one
and
you
they
just
look
saw
so
and
good.
this one, they look completely different, and
Yeah.
they're just gorgeous.
I love that.
Okay, and then we're also, just as a reminder, again, the annual subscription's on sale today. So you can get next year's subscription $10 off for that annual subscription.
And that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and that a Christmas gift. Don't forget Christmas
That's right.
gift.
That's right.
These are darling.
Okay, so this is the Good
Oh,
Fortune quilt and
this
the
is
Good
Good
Fortune
Fortune.
bonus quilt.
I love this pair.
And they turned out so cute.
So the reason we get a bonus quilt is because when I see a block, I see it doing several things, and sometimes I have to make it. And so, because I just want to see what it's going to look like. So is this the main quilt?
That's the little bonus. This
Okay,
one's the main.
So let's do this one first.
Okay.
Now this is really different fabric because the fabric I used in the tutorial is the Jane Austen fabric.
This fabric is actually really cool. It is
It's beautiful.
it's called Colorful Cats, I think.
It has
Let me see.
cats, yeah. Look at these
Do you
kitties.
you have the little tag over
tag?
in your corner? I think it's called Colorful Cats.
Let me see it. It's called Good Fortune Colorful Cats by Cheryl Hayes for Bannertex.
Yes. So I was just so surprised at how great it looked because to me it's kind of more of a novelty print, but
Yeah.
it looks very home
It's
deck
really
and
cute.
great. Like
And this fabric, for those of you who want to make this fabric that makes this center star right here,
Mm-hmm.
this is 2 yardages. So you'll have you'll pick 2 colors that go
Right.
with your line.
Your 2
and then you
favorite
just pop
accents.
in your charms. And so it's super easy.
let's leave this, let's like
Oh, okay.
fold it kind of over the table because then you can show the difference in
difference.
just the 2
Yeah.
blocks.
All right.
So this is the same block, but put up in
Except
reverse.
these right here, these pieces, I flipped around. I wanted to see what would happen if I flip them
Look at
around. And when
that.
you do that, it makes a star. And so I was really excited about that. And so we made this little
I think sometimes
little
this
second
happens.
quilt.
Occasionally, we'll end up with a bonus quilt when adding all the extra accent fabric makes the quilt just like too large.
Yeah, so
Sometimes
we
we
are
do
limited.
that.
We are limited to this space in here.
Well,
and,
loosely.
Yeah, loosely
we
limited.
go bigger sometimes.
Well,
mean,
and I
sometimes-
know sometimes you're limited by the fact that only so much can go on the quilt machine. If you make
Right.
a 180
Yes,
inch
it
wide
But
can't
quilt,
be
that can be
wider
if you
than-
use a layer cake
Yes.
of color and a layer cake of print, 2 layer cakes makes a queen size quilt.
Yes.
And so it gets very big very fast, you know, and so
Yeah, so sometimes we just say,
sometimes I'm like, all right,
We're gonna
I
take an
can't
extra
make this
block.
any bigger, but I still have extra fabric.
yep,
And who wants to leave that laying around, you know?
not us.
We just want to make
We
something.
have enough orphan blocks.
Oh, I feel like this was something that, wasn't that like
A dance. The quilt folding dance.
the quilt folding dance?
So this next set of fabrics is actually a really cool thing called
This is
Ubushobozi.
such a great organization. So the Ubushobozi organization is based in Rwanda, Africa, and they train each other. Like it's like a group co-op where they work together to train young women to support their families and learn skills that are important. And one of the skills that they teach there is the wax printing of these fabrics.
Oh, they do the fabrics.
Each one is hand printed, and wax printing is also like a subtle form of communication. So they print all their fabrics, and that's kind of it's like messaging.
It's like a
That is
storytelling
so
and very
cool.
expressive. Yeah. And
And how do you
Yes.
say the name again?
Ubushobozi.
Ubushobozi.
Ubushobozi. And the other thing that's really kind of a cool tie-in for us is that they were founded in 2008, the same time Missouri
Oh, that's
Star
so
was.
cool.
That is cool.
In Rwanda, and they have actually hand-cut kits for us
Yep.
as part of a
for
partnership
these
In it-
projects.
for these
Yeah.
projects that we're going to show you. And Misty will be showing some of these on live in a couple of weeks as well to show you how to make these kits. But they're
And
beautiful.
That's so great.
fabrics.
And
Yeah,
then the
so we
patterns will
did-
come out in
We did a
next block.
designer spotlight on them in the December issue because they're designing fabrics and making beautiful things.
so cool.
And we have a kit that goes along with that story that I believe is this one.
So this is this, you guys.
So that's
Isn't
one
that
of the table
gorgeous?
runner kits that we're putting together, and then this is the quilt that you can buy.
You know,
That's a
this
kit.
fabric is just
So we combined
so
their
vibrant.
beautiful fabrics with our Falling Charms
Our
pattern.
falling charms, yeah.
It's
And that turned out so beautiful, and they actually made and quilted this themselves.
Vibrant fabric to me speaks of no fear.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh
they're
yeah,
just, it's so great.
Ubushobozi stands for
It means
ability,
power or ability.
power
in
and ability.
Kinyarwandan is the dialect.
And I think that is that's their whole thing, right? Is to empower each other, or and give them the ability to have the skills and to do the things that they want to do to take care of their families and
Yes,
live
and
happy lives.
I
And all
love
the
it.
proceeds go to the Ubushobozi Cooperative.
Absolutely,
to support their
100%
efforts.
back to their
Of our
organization.
Kits, 100%
Yep.
of the money that's spent on the kits?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, hopefully
Yeah.
you guys,
So
you
it's
know,
a-
so
it's a
buying
great-
the kit and you change the world, right? We do.
Yep.
Because if you change one life, you change the
And
world.
here's one more quilt that they made that we'll show.
At least you change that world for one person, right?
That's right.
It's so beautiful. These fabrics are just incredible.
They are gorgeous.
And we've got a little fuzzy up here. That's so pretty.
And they're
Really
really,
pretty.
the fabrics are really easy to work with. I do have a note here that says they have initially a waxy sheen that dissipates as they're washed. So
Yeah,
part
these-
of the way they make the fabrics leaves a little bit of wax on them.
These
beautiful and
feel
easy
like
to
much
use.
softer than traditional batiks, so I don't think
Yeah.
it's the same type of wax process.
It's a
They
little bit
feel
different.
great.
And this, they have a nice little flannel black back on this one.
Yep,
Those are
that's
gorgeous.
beautiful. Yeah, they're so pretty.
A binding
Such a
too.
great organization.
Oh, I love a colorful binding.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's gorgeous.
Yep.
Oh,
Really lovely.
that's so cool. And so there's a whole article about them in
Yep.
this coming up block.
Right. Lots of good detail.
Yeah.
I just feel like everybody could use a little more brightness in their life these days.
Yep,
right?
totally. Well, this one is bright, that's for sure.
So this was
Cute
also
little-
a triple play that we did, and our
Jenny's sailboat.
template of choice for that month was the little Half-Hexi, and it makes this Half-Hexi and it makes the braid right here. And you'll see from this morning, if you watched our triple play for today, I used this braid in making a set of placemats.
Which are right here.
Ooh.
So this morning, the whole idea, I hope that everybody kind of understood, but we made our projects for the triple play based off of projects in the December issue.
in the December block, yeah, that you're getting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Mom's project that she kind of went and got creatively inspired were her placemats, which are these. So
And this is so darling.
that turned out super fun.
I love that fabric.
It's really cute.
What fabric is that, Carolyn?
It looks like a
Let me see.
Wyndham
Violet Craft.
Violet Craft.
Yeah.
Or, Robert Kaufman.
For
It's
Robert
beautiful.
Kaufman. It's gorgeous.
Got some really bright yellows in there, kind of neon looking.
Yeah. And these are my little my little table runners.
Your little
and as you saw this
placemats.
morning, if you watched the video, like 3 of them go this way, and then we have this one. So I've decided it's for the special
It's for
child
the,
in your
the
family.
naughty child,
One of these things is not like the
the
other.
contrary child. We all have one of those, right?
It was so funny, and when we realized it in the video, I'm like, "You guys going to take that out?" And they're like, "No, we're not going to take that out." I'm like, "Okay."
All right, it's fine. It's
Those are
all
just-
good.
But how cute is that to make a little set of placemats out of that?
Super cute.
I mean,
love
so
it.
many of us have granite countertops, that it's nice to have something soft to put your dish on,
Yeah.
I like the, I always feel like it could go really easily,
Oh,
No,
you would use it like for a pot of food instead of like a placemat where you
I
sit
would
with
use
your
it.
plate.
No, I would use it to put my glass plate on a mat so that it didn't feel like it was
Okay.
right against the granite, because I would feel like if I moved wrong,
Oh yeah, because you
I
have
could crash my plate.
yes, you have a bar countertop
I
that you
do.
eat at. Okay.
Although,
I was
Ron-
thinking about my wooden table.
Oh yeah, no,
I don't-
we usually sit at the bar, or you're gonna love knowing this about me. We take a cookie sheet and we put a cute tea towel on it and
Or
put
now a placemat that would fit
or
perfectly
a
in a cookie
placemat.
sheet.
That's right.
See, and put my plate on it, and then we go upstairs to our recliners and watch television and eat dinner, because it's just the two of us. And we have a table that's 10 feet long, so we feel a little funny eating at that. So now we are starting the cookie sheet method.
Sounds
I'm
fun.
going to see if those placemats fit in that cookie sheet.
I think they will. They look like
They
they're
look
just
about
about
the
the right
same
size.
size.
Just about right.
Yeah.
That's right.
We had a friend come over, and I'm like, well, we can eat here at the bar, or we can get a cookie sheet out for you. She's like, I'll take the cookie sheet.
It's
What is this?
bittersweet.
Oh, by Lynn Hagmeyer, Kansas Troubles.
Nice.
So this is actually Natalie's triple play.
Right, which if you remember
Wait, here we
was
go.
done in bright batik solids.
Yes, we did it in bright batiks.
So now you get to see it in a
And so
more
many people, when
primitive
I
line.
looked at this, Natalie saw links, and when I looked at it, I saw crescent wrenches, and I was just like, oh my gosh, your dad would love this. And so many people caught that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are people who, you know, their husbands, they're familiar with the crescent wrench, obviously.
Yep.
But this is Lynn Hagmeyer's fabric, and it's just, she always does a beautiful job of making a real homey, comfy line.
I think it turned out great.
Gorgeous.
It's beautiful. Would look good in any color.
And did you show the, okay, good.
They're on it.
They're on it.
We're ready to rock and roll. One
right.
of the other
You guys
things
are so good.
too, folks are asking if you already have a subscription. Yay! You're going to get all of these in your next magazine. Go ahead and click through that link about the $10 discount and follow through your subscription. There is some more information about that, whether you are already subscribed, if you're doing a gift subscription, or if you're subscribing for the first time. Your annual subscription has a special deal today. So go ahead and check that out.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Very cool.
All right,
what's
one more.
next?
We have, oh, this is Misty's. Misty's Hexi Triple Play. Looks like we got all the Hexis in this issue.
And all the cats.
And all the cats.
This is another,
It's
oh my
you
gosh,
can read
wait.
it on the back. It's
Wait.
upside down.
Just look at this fabric right here, though.
This is the best. It's so cute.
Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen, those cats?
It is one of my favorite things to take quilts
love
that you
the
think of as
cats.
traditional and put sort of a novelty
Right.
print in them. I just
All right,
think it's
this
so
is
fun.
Half-Hexi Whirligigs Perfect Day by My Mind's Eye for Riley Blake.
Nice.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Perfect
But
Day.
look how cute it is.
That's adorable.
Adorable.
And these are the big, large Half-Hexi template.
Yep.
And
Put
you know,
together
you
with
put
the
them together
little,
like this.
they're in little
And-
triangle sections with that little Y seam.
Yep.
It's
Oh, I
so
love
good.
the cats.
Looks so,
my
so
gosh.
cozy and cute.
They're so cute.
It's always amazing to me how just changing the fabric changes the quilt.
That's one of the
pretty
reasons I love to see what they're putting in block, because you see it this one way, you've made the quilt, and then they put it in block, and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, you
Yeah.
can't even hardly picture it. And so,
Well, I feel like that's one of the things that makes quilting so like never-ending addictive, because we want to see it in this new fabric, or, you know, and you can make that same quilt over and over
Yeah.
and over, and it looks different every time.
yeah, it's true,
Just-
absolutely true.
We have a couple of other quick shout outs here. So Sarah's watching for her 50th birthday. So
Oh, happy birthday!
And folks are enjoying the show, and especially the triple plays. They're saying we love the triple plays. And
Oh,
you guys
I'm so glad.
sharing multiple ideas on an episode is awesome.
It's fun for us too. We get
is.
to share ideas and get inspired by each other, and a lot of times we work on things without watching what the others are doing, and so we get surprised when we get up here, and it's really interesting because we plan together and we think we've got it all figured out, and then it's like,
Then you
oh
see it,
wow,
and you're like, oh, that wasn't what
Very
I was thinking
cool.
you were going to do, you know?
it's so funny.
It is fun, and it's actually really fun for us creatively, because we will often pick something that we're like, well, okay, we'll do that one, and you know, and it's like you feel like everything's been done on it or whatever, but
Yeah. It's a
but
fun
then
way
you
to sort
see
of
it.
challenge ourselves.
Yeah, it challenges your brain to just come up with something else. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. What else? Do we have any questions?
So there's a couple of questions. So one of the things that I want to also point you guys to is folks are asking, I noticed that it's folded in a very interesting way when it comes off the pile.
Oh, yes.
And we do have a video we can link about how we fold the quilts in our quilt library.
Yeah,
for
we can
people.
actually, if you want, I can show
Sure.
the little one that we just did. It's just folded on the bias. So, and the reason that we do this is because the bias is supposed to prevent those deep, heavy wrinkles from setting in.
Those big
The fold
creases.
lines.
Right.
Yeah.
So then when
You can
because
see, I
because
just
we
folded
often
it normally,
Right.
you don't probably want to do this.
we often store our quilts for really long periods of time in between whether they go, you know, wherever they
to
go
a
next.
shop or a,
Yeah. And so we're trying to prevent that. But what
And
what
my granddaughter
you do,
Aislinn is the one who did the video on this. She's our quilt librarian,
Yep.
and so
And
she
my
is the queen
daughter-in-law.
of folding.
All right, so we just do a 45-degree fold, which is just like a corner-to-corner thing.
Okay.
See? And then you can bring it back towards itself, or you can Does this make sense? Like you're just folding on the 45-degree angle, and then we fold it in half again, and then these come to the middle.
I
And
couldn't
this
have done
end
that to
goes
save
to
my
the
life.
middle.
I'm angrily challenged, remember?
Boom.
That's perfect.
And I know that
Aislinn will
Aislinn
be
is
so proud
very
of you.
particular, and she can figure out how to make it, the same width by how far in you fold each one, and makes them
Nice.
stack all beautifully. It helps conserve space, and then when we open it up, the wrinkles shake out just a little bit easier
They really do.
than when it's folded on the
All right.
regular fold
I'm
lines.
going to leave this one really nice right here.
Aislinn, one is done for you.
When it's done.
She'll probably have to redo it anyways, though.
Yeah.
So next thing we have is actually something we want to give you guys something for watching today. So there is a link for a free printable
It's so cute too.
for what we're calling the
It's
Crazy
the
Heart
Crazy
Pillow.
Heart pillow. So it's made with the Crazy Quilt block, and it has all these cute little fancy decorative stitches on it,
Great
which I'm
place to
in
use
love
your
with right
decorative
now.
stitches.
So cute. So yeah, comes with a full pattern. Comes with a sheet of printable
Crazy
sizes.
Yeah. How fun.
All the tracings.
Well, and before
It's
you
very,
know it,
very
February will be
cute.
here. I mean, like in the beginning of this year, I couldn't imagine that it would be like almost Thanksgiving right now. This year actually really flew by. So, Valentine's Day is going to come
It
before
did
you know
for
it.
me too. It flew really, really fast.
It went much faster than we thought. I think the idea of
It was like the day takes a year and the week takes a minute.
Right.
Something like
Yes.
that. I don't know what the saying is, but
Right.
I'm sure
But
I
it's-
butchered it terribly.
But it's
Yeah, but it's-
also nice because you can give love all year long and this kind of crazy
absolutely
heart.
always find something to be grateful for.
Yep. It's really cute.
That is so cute. So free printable for the crazy heart.
That's
Yep.
right. And if you
And
want,
if you have a crazy heart like we have
I
crazy
think that would
hearts,
also make a great pincushion if you wanted to put
Make a great-
walnut
Right.
shells in it. You could,
make a great pincushion.
super
yeah.
cute.
yes, and you just have
Probably like even like a little port pillow it would work.
it would be
or
great for that. Yeah.
Comfort, just one of those,
And if you want some hints on decorative stitches, we have a final stitch episode that just
Oh,
came
yeah.
out.
Yes, we
I
do.
just watched it.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Well,
I got to know what she's doing.
sorry about that.
Oh,
No, it's actually, I have a machine. I always say I have a machine that can sing and dance and stand on one leg, and I sew straight.
Yeah.
And so when we get a chance to use those decorative stitches, oh my gosh, it is a lot of fun. It's a
Pretty
lot of
good
fun.
stuff.
All right, what do we have here?
We have the Rhombus Gemstone quilt, and this is a Three
Which-
Sisters fabric.
Which we made, and it was bright.
Yes.
Caves. Was it caves?
No,
No, it was brights. Well,
it was
show-
brights. We'll show that.
it wasn't
Show
cave
it through.
though. It was Christopher Thompson's pin drop.
Oh, that's right,
Right.
Christopher Thompson.
Yep. Just got to
And,
give me a minute.
And it was bright,
I'll get there.
bright and happy. And this one is such a different style.
It's much more subtle. It's beautiful Three
But
Sisters
it's beautiful.
floral.
Yes.
It looks so pretty.
Again, any fabric you use, if you have a jelly roll and you need a use for it, any jelly roll pattern that you can come up with, it's going to change the quilt entirely.
And if this isn't
Yep,
your colors,
so-
use your colors because
Yeah.
that makes
That's
such a difference.
100% use your colors. And this is the one that was used today. This was my project.
And
was
it's
based
the same
on
thing,
that.
only baby.
So
And that's-
baby, but also the fabric is reversed.
yes.
Yeah.
So the background is
So-
where the print would be, and
Right.
vice versa.
So see, this part right here is where her print is. So she's
And it
swapped
looks,
that out.
completely different, but
Completely
also very,
different.
very, like you can tell that it's the same thing. It's just,
It's just different. So when I made my one out of the Christopher Thompson fabric, I had just enough fabric left over that I got to make my mask out of that pin drop.
oh, nice.
So cute. I just thought it was perfect for a
That's
quilter to
so
wear.
great, yeah.
Oh wait, let me.
Oh, gosh.
Got it.
You are so silly. All right, here's this one.
Natalie's like, I'm not even going to try. Enough with her.
That's right. This
I have
is
to
a
tell
very
you.
cool quilt, and I don't know if you noticed, but in the photos This is so cute. It's Dad and Ezra and the little motorcycle that
I
Ezra
haven't
rides.
seen it. I haven't seen
They
the
are the
magazine yet.
cutest together.
Are they so cute?
Yes, they're so cute.
Well, they both ride motorcycles
So-
and they both love them. And Ron actually bought this pattern for us so that because
The machine quilting pattern is
Oh, look at
motorcycles.
yeah, the machine
that.
quilting. So yeah, so you can see them on the back
I don't
here.
know, can you get close up on that, Noah?
And
Okay.
and so
Got it?
So Ron had a quilt
Yeah.
he had made with motorcycles on it, and he wanted to quilt it with a motorcycle quilting pattern. So he actually bought the pattern that we now use in quilting, and
It's very cool.
it's very
so this
cool.
is
So the front of this fabric,
Simple Squares on Point.
if you ever needed a fabric that's for a man who is a
I
motorcycle
think it is called Ride or Die.
slash
Nope, it's
spark
called
plug-
Born to Ride. Sorry.
Born to ride.
Born to Ride.
It says Ride or Die right here, I think, or something. Yes, it does.
Anybody who is a motor, if you have a motorcycle person in your life,
Okay, the spark plug fabric is actually really cool.
it's
It's
really
really
cool.
cool.
And then they have the skulls and the wings.
Tire tracks.
Yep. So when your dad actually saw this,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, "Oh, I think I need some of that." He was very excited.
He
about
does
that.
need this.
Yeah.
We need to make sure and get him a layer cake. Or, maybe somebody could make him a quilt.
Somebody could, like his daughter.
Wife. Like his wife.
Like his daughter.
Weird.
So just to answer a couple of the questions, you can find the heart pillow pattern in our links below or above, depending on where you're watching, in the description. And you can absolutely still subscribe
What
to
are you
Block to
doing?
get this upcoming issue.
I'm keeping this for me. Oh, it has a tag on it already.
Oh
Yeah.
I
no.
was trying to steal
When
this,
you walk out the
guys.
doors, the alarms are going to go off. Sorry.
Sorry.
You thought there weren't quilt police. They're going to pull you over.
Sorry, Liz.
Natalie's like, "What are you doing in front of me? Why are you putting that into your shirt?" I just should have just.
No. No.
Oh my
But
gosh.
this is the project related to that.
Simple Squares on
Squares
Point.
on Point.
Yes.
Okay.
This is Misty's interpretation. She did a charm square pillow on point.
So the original quilt, Simple Squares on Point, was done. I did a charm pack quilt, and it's one of those where you make it 6 across and 12 down, and then you cut it twice and take those whole big pieces and turn them around and sew it back together, and it sets all those charm squares on point. And Natalie was like, "Why don't we do this with where we put an actual block in,
Yes.
and it makes a pattern?"
And Liz
do
was
it with
like,
layer
why don't we
cake."
do it with a layer cake?
Yeah, and Liz is like, "Why don't we do it with a layer cake?" And
I
so
like big quilts.
all those
we were like,
ideas
yes,
came
good
together.
idea.
And we had to actually map it out. But so the charm back on point, this pillow lends itself very perfectly to that.
Yep.
And it was just kind of a
So the
take on all
pillow
that.
is super cute, but Misty decided to do it with these itty bitty tiny squares and create this tiny little
So this is 6 by
pin
6.
cushion that we all want.
Yeah, this is 6 by 6. So 36 charms. With the leftover charms, she cut those into 2.5-inch squares. So you cut your charm twice, and made this exact same pillow, but she filled it with walnut shells.
Yep.
And put a cute button right in the middle, and it is adorable.
So if you have one charm pack, you can make both of these.
Yes.
So great.
And isn't this a great
great.
size? It's like a
Yeah.
19-inch pillow.
Oh, totally.
It's just a.
Yep.
And it's so cool to make a pillow like this that goes with your
We'll
quilt
show
like
the
this.
non-tag side.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I had
Here's
it
the
backwards.
pretty side.
But it's such a great
Beauty
pillow
by
to make
Jenny.
with the quilt that goes
Beauty
with it.
tip.
You
Yes.
can get a layer cake and a charm pack and have all three.
You
pretty
can.
It's true.
All right.
So cute. Okay, this is one of our bonus projects, and it's bonus because it doesn't really need another tutorial. It's a layer cake quilt and a large tumbler
However,
quilt.
If you see it and you really want a tutorial, leave a note in the comments.
Sure.
Because,
we can
you
do
know-
them eventually. But as we have 10 projects in every issue and you have a project a week, the math doesn't always work out. So sometimes I just have to throw a new quilt idea in there that I think we can just give a layout, right? I mean, that's the idea.
It's
so this
true,
is a
but-
layer cake quilt using the large tumbler, and you just put it together in these little, they kind of look like Pez candies a little bit.
Yeah.
And these are, so this is the tumbler right here.
Yep.
And you put them wide sides together.
maybe
but
we
you
have
put
it
together
upside down.
in long rows like this, and then you sew them so they match up. But you want to
Is it upside down?
Well, there's the tag over there.
Oh no,
Does it go this way?
it's right. It's
Is it
right.
right? Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
But this,
I
this
couldn't
fabric, this is pretty gorgeous fabric. This is pretty vibrant and pretty. I
It's
love this
beautiful.
piece right here.
It's one of those great ones that could
Oh,
be
this one on the
any
black
direction
is
you
even
want.
better.
Yeah.
They look like fireworks, but I think they're fluffy flowers. It is
mean-
called Bright Side by Wishwell for Robert Kaufman.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's very pretty.
That's
So anyways,
gorgeous. So
just
those
a-
are just, if you
just
have
a
the
simple-
great big giant tumbler,
Addition.
you just cut out your pieces, lay it out so they meet together at the fat ends, and you're going to sew them together in long rows.
This is one of those quilts that comes together in like 2 hours.
Yeah. It's like a layer cake quilt. You know, if you, when you use a large piece of fabric like that,
It's super
your quilt
fast.
goes very fast.
Yeah, it's a great one for beginning sewers to try out. You know, it's like just a little bit of design-ish, but not
Yeah. Do
Not
we have
scary
more
at all.
questions? Any questions for these rowdy two?
So we do have somebody says they actually look like huge masks.
Oh, they kind of do.
Oh,
We
it could
could
be
call
the mask
the
quilt.
mask quilt of
Could
2020.
have called it masquerade.
Mask. The parade.
Just a
The mighty
naming
mask.
quilts is hard, you guys.
yes.
It's
Tell us about naming quilts.
Oh, I don't know that you want to know about naming quilts.
no, it's hard and yeah.
But you guys have collected some beautiful quilts into this issue, and one of the things we're coming up on here is also talking a little bit more about that ruby sensation behind you.
Ooh.
Yes.
And so we have also, to show you as we've gone along this year, a little digital how-to. We used a different color. And so we'll be able to show you just a quick minute of how fast that comes together.
Yeah.
And come back and show you that in
It's
just a
always
second.
interesting kind of how these things come together, because can I talk? Okay. We were originally going to do it in the red, and we didn't have all the red fabrics anymore, so we went with purple.
And the
That's
purple
fun though,
turned
because
out
you
so
get to see
pretty.
a whole different look.
Yeah.
And
And
it's been-
honestly, purple is one of our #1 selling colors. People love purple.
I think it's kind of polarizing too. I think a lot of people either love it or they hate it. You know, it's one of those
I don't know.
colors
There's
that
so
like.
many shades you can't completely.
That's true, because it can
Yeah.
go pinkish or it can go bluish, and so
Yeah.
you're.
Like I love periwinkle. You know that blue, lavendery.
That's
and
true.
We finished a version in the
Are we done with their
These
little
purples.
video? Nope, we're not done yet.
not quite.
Well, we'll
Okay.
get this
We'll get
ready.
there.
When you're done, you're gonna see the most beautiful purple.
That's right. And one of the things that
Oh,
has been really
look at this
cool to
gorgeous
see-
backing.
Are we on yet?
Not
No,
just yet.
Not on yet.
We got a surprise backing.
We're holding the backing for you.
We surprised ourselves up here.
It's been really cool to see people share
Are we
their
on?
green and
Okay.
their blue
All right.
and their
So
black.
we have a sew team, and where Natalie and Misty and I
Yes.
will make our quilts for our projects. When they're made again, or they're pattern tested, or they're made for block, our sewing team does that. And so we had not seen this.
This packing is
love
so
it.
fun. Look at that. I love it.
I think
love
I
it.
need a dress out of this.
I think
Maybe.
maybe a quilt backing would be
Maybe
better.
a quilt backing. All right, let's do this. You ready?
Yep.
All right.
Here it is in purple,
Ooh.
Ta-da!
red, purple,
Red.
purple. It's so pretty. I love it. It's
Isn't that
just beautiful.
It's so great. And this issue is the one where we complete this quilt.
Yep.
Yes.
It's the final issue of the year. We'll finish it
Now-
all up, assemble it. I think it just goes together in rows.
I do want to point something out here. So people, I got a question asked me on one of the pages I follow. Asked me about quilting. What if you have dark colors on a quilt? And I said I always quilt to the background color because if you quilt to the background color, the quilting kind of steps back and it allows the quilt to shine. And then you'll notice that this is all white thread, but it doesn't really take away from the quilt. You know, it just adds to it. And then several people were like that they like to use variegated threads, or they wanted to use like a light lavender on it. Whatever you choose, it's going to be beautiful. When you quilt a quilt,
It's just another way
gorgeous.
to put your
Yes,
fingerprint
yes,
on it.
and
Your-
it's just it's
your
very
art.
personal preference. So you're not doing it wrong.
Yeah, there's
Ever.
there's no wrong way to do it.
But like even on this one, the background is white, so we quilted it in white. And even here where the quilting shows up, you don't really, it doesn't take away from the beauty of that red.
So there's one more secret. If you hold up the purple to the red again,
Okay.
We have actually kind of reversed the color order
Yes,
on
on
this.
the,
So you can see it best
it's
in that
mainly
center.
on this one is the most obvious. So see how on the 5440, the darkest color is actually in the four-patch? On the purple, the darkest color is in the star leg.
Ooh.
So it's just a
So-
little tweak on the original layout. We just swapped
Wow.
a couple of the darker colors. And I think that
And this is just plummy.
that turned out great. Yeah,
This is
it's so
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I just love
So
that.
it also goes to that there's no wrong way. You can
Absolutely.
place it however you like.
Yep, 100%.
All right. More questions while we're folding and
Yeah, so someone, Esther's asking, if I subscribe today, what is my first issue? So if you subscribe
February.
today, well, actually, if you subscribe today, your first issue will be this December issue.
Nice.
So
nice.
it's still time for a few more days.
That's
And then
so
we're going
great.
to have the February issue will start the new year, and the new sew along, which we're hinting at is also super gorgeous and a very
It's
cool thing to
beautiful.
follow
It really
along.
is. And it is based loosely. So the story of the new sew along is actually kind of cool. We were at a retreat and one of the retreaters came up and showed us a quilt she had made, and it was beautiful. She used a bunch of blocks that we had tutorialed, but she had resized them all. So we took her idea and put them in the sizes that we originally used so that they would align with our tutorial, and kind of rearranged the whole thing and used a darker colored background. So it looks nothing like it, but the but the
we drew great
inspiration is 100% from her quilt. And so I'm pretty sure we're going to do like a little story about that, and possibly a picture and photo shoot with her if we can connect
gosh,
on all of
yeah.
those things. But yeah, that is a cool story.
that's awesome.
And
Pretty
then
fun.
We're also asking, did you use all solids to make the purple quilt and the red quilt?
Yes, they're both 100% solids, yeah.
Yep.
And
But
a lot
I
of that,
think they would be
understand.
gorgeous in prints.
They
I
would
say
be gorgeous
pick your
in print.
favorite colors.
But one of the things they have to understand with COVID, you can't always get all the things, you know, that, you know, if you have a line, like we're waiting for a line that's stuck in a porch, you know, so we had to go, you have to go with a solid because you can get those.
Well, you can't get solids
So-
often either. A lot of
Well,
times we're out of
sometimes,
black
yeah.
and white and
That's
all kinds
true,
of basics.
sometimes, yeah.
So it really just depends. I think we wanted something that would be really long lasting.
Oh,
And prints come and go a lot quicker than the solids do.
Oh, absolutely. Solids are reorderable. You can always get them.
Or something very similar.
Yeah.
So guys, this is everything that we wanted to show you that's in this upcoming December issue of Block Magazine, and encourage you one more time.
Oh, these? Okay.
Yeah, so
All
we're going to
right.
encourage you one more time to subscribe, especially today when you have that extra deal. But we also have a little bit more of that best of block to show you.
Oh. So these aren't in this coming up issue.
No, these are in the separate
These are in
issue
the best of block.
called Best of Block,
So,
and that's
yeah,
that spiral bound.
When we did
Yes.
Best of block.
Best
that's
of
right.
Block, we
Give them the best.
we knew that our team was already a little overtaxed with responsibility. And so we didn't remake every single quilt, but we did remake a few of them, and they turned out great.
Oh,
They're
that's
so
awesome.
beautiful.
So we want to show you a couple of those today.
So we have
while
a
we're at
couple of the ones that we are featuring in Block, and I think they're maybe our personal favorites.
it. Awesome.
So
We couldn't help
we
ourselves.
remade, because we love the all things disappearing. This is the disappearing
Hourglass.
hourglass. Yes, thank you.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
And it just turned out so pretty. I think this might be Lori Holt. Is it?
It is, yes, Prim by Laurel.
Ah, I got it.
Good eye.
So beautiful.
So if you
Doesn't that
ever
turn
think
out
a
so
block
great?
like this looks too hard for you, you have to go in and watch how I did it. Because what I do is I put two squares together, sew all the way around the outside, cut them diagonally both directions, open them up, sew them back together, and then cut it again, and all of a sudden you have all these little pieces that look like you worked really hard, but just the trick is in the cutting. And
So this
makes it
original
gorgeous.
quilt, we did it in a very pale mint green, like
Mm-hmm.
it was called Hometown Sky, I think, and white, and it was really subtle.
Gorgeous.
It was beautiful, but I like this one better.
It's beautiful. It's very happy.
Yeah.
And I love
So
that
pretty.
in the secondary pattern you see those little bitty diamonds of multicolor.
Oh, yeah.
So
And
cute.
there are several ways to set this. And so the way we set this was so that these would all come together in a square. So it makes, you know, this block and a square here as it goes along. set on point just by sewing them together. But if you turn that, it's a whole different
Totally
look.
different pattern.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's fun. So that's in the Best of Block.
Oh, and this has a piece backing.
Ooh.
Who doesn't love a piece backing? Look at that.
Such a
all
great
the way
way
up.
to use the extra little pieces of fabric.
Yep, I love it.
Well, and this is another hint. If you want to do a backing and your backing isn't big enough for your quilt and you need to put a piece on it to make it bigger, cut it down the center and make it bigger. Don't add it to a side. Don't add it to the top or the bottom. Offset it.
Well,
Do it
so-
someplace in the middle because all of these fabrics are put on different rollers and they roll at different rates. So if it's in the middle, it's just going to look cool like you meant it to be there.
Yeah, and it's
But if it
okay
was-
that this side is shorter than that side and doesn't line up exactly
Yeah.
perfect in the middle.
But if you put a border around your backing, it is never going to line up how you think it's going to line up.
And the problem comes in as the quilt is rolled and stretched, and then when
Yes.
you trim, you end up with a piece this big on one side and a piece,
Yeah,
smaller
it
on the
just-
other end.
So cut your fabric through the middle.
If you are quilting at home on your own machine or hand quilting, absolutely go for it. It's a whole different story than when you send it off to a long
Oh,
armor.
yeah. Yeah,
So.
no. And this is the girl who's the finisher. So she knows about those finishing things.
All right, this.
My giant tower just fell over.
So this is a fun new
Now,
exclusive.
this is the first time I've seen this.
100% exclusive to Best of Block.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to throw in a few
No
extra
tutorial
goodies
on this one.
because we have to have some extra goodies in everything that we
do.
do.
Something new and exciting and different.
That's right.
So I love the tiny houses, and they wanted
Yep.
to do a tiny house quilt for Best of Block.
Yep, but we wanted to make
but
it
we
different.
wanted to make it a little more special.
So we did some tiny house apartments.
How cute is that?
Isn't that cute?
It's so
we've got
cute.
some tall houses and some short houses, and
Oh, it is so
it's the
darling.
cutest,
Now,
happiest
what is
little.
it called?
I think it's called Happy Houses.
Happy houses?
Huh?
Happy
Happy
Little
little
House.
houses or house. Anyways, the fabric is another Wishwell. It's Natural Blooms Bright by Wishwell for Robert Kaufman, and it's beautiful.
Oh, it is so cute. Look how cute this is. Everybody needs one of these hanging on
The
their
little
porch
neighborhood.
for next
Yeah.
spring. Next spring.
That's right. If you get this,
Or
issue,
do it in
you can have
Christmas
it done.
fabric.
Oh,
And
the Christmas
Thanksgiving.
Village.
And yes, a Christmas village would be so
Christmas
cute.
village
cute.
would be so cute. You could put a little tree in there. We've just made
Yep.
2 new designs, but just while standing here.
Well, yes.
And love seeing how you guys make these your own too. So Teresa Tyree says, I was assuming my subscription continues automatically until I cancel, and that's true. If you are
It
subscribed,
does.
it will continue. If you're just subscribing today, and you do that annual subscription, it will start with this December issue. If it is in a few days from now, if you're watching this replay, it may start with the February issue, and it will go all year long. It's 6 issues for that annual subscription. It's every other month.
All right.
So
Very
if
cool.
they like have an annual subscription that goes on, do they get any kind of
Yep,
special thing
there's a
because
little
it's on
something.
sale?
There is a little
Yep.
something special today if they link through.
That's right. If you link through today, check that link in the description. It will take you to more information.
Oh, good.
I'm not sure what it is or what you have to do
Because
to get
I'm
there,
always,
but
like,
there's some
calling
kind
the-
of benefit.
I'm always calling the wireless people and saying, wait, can I be a new person again? I want that bundle.
Well, and I think that's why we are constantly trying to add fun things to, like the
Yeah,
digital bonuses
absolutely.
and the exclusive patterns and things that constantly keep adding to the value.
Yeah, we really
So-
do try hard. We are aware of that.
Yes.
So what is this one, Miss
So this
Natalie?
is jump rings, and it was one I think maybe went in the very first year.
A long
And
time ago.
and so we
Jelly roll
remade it.
quilt.
We remade it. We used a darker background and my very favorite Tula Pink fabrics. So I am a fan,
What a rainbow.
We
this
are
one
Tula
is.
Troops
and
over
it
here.
is just the brightest thing. You got it
Oh,
crooked, so
and
stand
it's,
us up.
and
It's
it goes-
rainbowy
it's rainbowy.
and gorgeous.
That is beautiful.
I just love it.
And this is a 2.5-inch strip pattern. Very easy to make.
Yep. It's basically a square with snowballed corners that is surrounded by strips and snowballed corners.
Yep.
Super easy.
Nice and easy.
And I love how
But it has this great
here, let's
circular look.
put this
What?
up here so they can see how it, goes from the colors. I love how that.
This one also, by the way, was pieced by my daughter-in-law, Aislinn.
Oh, awesome.
She is very precise with her piecing.
She is.
So good.
I know I got some half square triangles and they were like
Perfect.
perfect.
100%.
Oh, I love the backing too.
Oh, isn't
backing
this
is
beautiful? This is Tula Pink's True Colors line. So it will coordinate as a basic with all of her other lines. And it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, she is such an amazing person and designer.
Yep. Absolutely. Both.
So that is our great.
So
big
that
pile of
concludes our
quilts.
show and tell for the night.
That's right.
So do you have any questions?
We do. We have just a few questions.
Grab
So,
your chair now.
Okay.
Sally says, I just joined. What's the pattern of the quilt behind you? So
Ruby Sensation.
and
That's
so
the block of the month.
block,
so
well,
long.
so along in the Block magazine for 2020.
Right.
Yeah.
And by the way, you can go back and buy the whole year.
Yes.
And we even have a box that you put them in that, like every year, we put a box that holds all the
Yeah,
issues.
the boxes are super
that
cute.
year.
So this is the box, and you can keep all of your issues. This is actually from volume 2. This would be 2014. And the box comes unassembled, and you just kind of fold it up and make it the right way.
Yeah.
And then you can
And
put
so
your
the Ruby
magazines in
Sensation
there.
actually has a block in every magazine for this entire year. And the magazines come out bi-monthly. So it's like you'll get one February, April, June, like that. They come out.
Yes,
every
that
other
was
month.
upside down.
And
Oh.
Gail says,
I had to fix it.
Gail says, is this morning's triple play still available to watch? Yes, absolutely.
So the videos don't go away. They're on YouTube and
Forever and ever and
yes,
ever.
and you just can go to Missouri Star Quilt Company and you can subscribe so you never miss one. You can also find them. We have an app that is free for Missouri. It's just a free
It's
Missouri Star
is
app.
it
You'll
called
see the little duck.
Quilting Deals or something like that, or is it the?
I'm not sure. I thought it was Missouri Star Quilt Company, but it's a little app, and all of our tutorials are on there as well. And it's very, you can search by pre-cut size or whatever, and those sorts of things. But we love you to watch YouTube and subscribe on there, and And a new one comes every Friday for me. Misty adds a new one every Tuesday for live, and Natalie adds them every other week for finishing stitch.
Final stitch.
Final stitch.
Yep.
That's okay.
Someday
It's late.
I'm going to get
late.
that right.
It's late.
Someday.
It's good.
YouTube has albums or
Yeah, so playlists.
playlists as well.
And
So
so you
those are
can
kind of
tune
fun
into
because you can
those.
customize your own playlists on your own YouTube channel.
Oh, you'll have to show me
like
how
you
to
have
do that.
you have an account and you can kind of organize the things that you like to watch into playlists. But
did
we
not know
also
this was a
organize
thing.
them. We also organize them on our channel so that if you wanted to watch like all of the lives, you could click on that, or you could watch all of the Jelly Roll
cool.
videos, or all whatever. We have several different ways of
So-
organizing them.
You've just
on
saved the
YouTube.
life of everyone my age. Because we did not know this. Did you know this? I did not know this.
We'll have to put together a YouTube use tutorial.
That's right. Yeah, how would we know? How would I know? I just go and click on what I want to watch,
Well, and you come
I was
and watch.
watching Cats the other night. That was pretty entertaining.
Cats the musical or just kitties
No,
playing?
Kitty's doing crazy, funny things.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
Well, we
They
had
really
some
are. You
cute
cannot
cat
resist
quilts
a
in here.
kitten
No.
Jumping off of a table or
And it just like,
So Jean asks, can you subscribe to Canada? Yes. We do send your block subscription to Canada. It does cost a little bit more to ship, so you'll see that reflected in the subscription. And there's also a digital version of Block Magazine, and this year, as Natalie said, we're adding extra goodies to that digital issue. So you'll be able to link directly to the videos that support how we have done these in tutorials, and you can see other little snippets and fun things. So
really,
The
you
digital
guys,
copy,
it just
if you-
gets better and better.
Whether you like or have your physical copy or not, the digital copy is really interesting to look at because you can click through and on every page that has a pattern, it links to the video, and there's bonus pieces in there and all kinds of really cool content, and we are constantly working on more cool
And
content.
can you print out like one pattern at a time?
I don't know about the printing for sure because I haven't tried that yet, but I'll work on it and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that. That's a good
It's
idea.
not like we used to just have basically a PDF that was printable,
Well,
but
because
but
I
it
know
wasn't
people-
as fun as like this is more like a clickable book
Like
where
a lookbook.
you click
Yeah.
and turns the page. You know, it's much prettier and more user friendly.
Yeah, well, the reason I asked that is I know people who would buy 2 blocks because they're cheap enough. It's still cheaper just about than one pattern to buy 2 books. And then they would take one like to Office Depot and have
to
it spiral bound
spiral
so
bind
that
it.
it would lay flat.
Yeah.
And they would work out of one and keep their other one nice. And if the PDF is set up so that you can like, pull out that pattern.
You could probably
Write all
print.
over it.
Yeah, you could write all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one of the reasons we actually went to the spiral bound for the best of block, right? So that you can
It's so
see and
cool.
play
I
with
just,
that.
I just texted Christine. I was like, this is so beautiful.
It's
I love it.
really, really pretty.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Very clean and
Yeah.
has
And
a note from Jenny.
And yes, you can buy the best of block. It is a separate from your annual subscription,
Yeah,
so
And
you
right
don't
now
have to
it's
be a
pre-order,
subscriber.
right?
So right now it's pre-order, and so you can get that pre-ordered today, and it is separate, but you can also subscribe to an annual subscription.
And it's available anytime. So if
Yes,
you can't
exactly.
do it tonight, this is not going away.
That's right.
Right.
You can still get it. So that was the question.
Well, and I believe it's on pre-order because our printer kind of bought the wrong supplies. I think there was a thing with
Whoops.
with the paper.
If those
That
things
could
happen,
So the ship or the ready date was delayed just a tiny bit.
just a little bit, but
But
we've
it will
started to
be-
receive them, and they are
Yes.
beautiful, and we're really excited to share them with
They
you.
will absolutely be shipped ASAP.
Yes.
All right, so I think that's winding up. We're almost to 5 o'clock. So if you have any last questions, let's sneak them in here. Folks
Please.
folks are saying, I often look at the digital
It's
books
so
while I'm at
fun.
lunch at work. Barbara says, Julia says, I subscribed, and also Sherry says, I love the digital books so I can keep my area free of the books and just go from one book to the next without having to get up from my computer.
Oh, very
Yeah.
good.
Really love using it that way.
That's so great. I love it.
Right.
And I can't wait to add all the things that we've planned for all the.
Hey.
We have lists and lists and lists of digital
So
content
many
that we
good
want to add, and we
ideas.
just can only do
Yeah.
so much at a time.
So many good ideas.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Super fun.
So much.
Well,
you have
thanks
a
for
question?
joining us.
Well, I was going to say, weren't we supposed to get, they told me if I came tonight, I would get a water and a candy bar.
That's after you do your trick,
Oh,
sweetie.
okay. All right. After I do my tricks. Oh my God.
You'll get to drink water
Oh.
later.
I'm like, I'll come for a candy bar.
Super
Oh
fun.
my
Well,
gosh.
now people want to know what kind of candy that was.
Oh.
so good and plenty.
Good and
Snickers.
Snickers.
All right.
Snickers, good and plenty.
All right, so thanks guys for joining us. This was a great hour, and thanks for joining us on Block
so
Friday for our block
We
party.
always love
fun.
our block parties with you guys. It's
Yep.
fun for Natalie and I, and we get to show you everything, and we get to spend some time with you, and we hope you enjoy it. It's just kind of like fun friend time, we get to talk and joke around, and
I wish we could hear your voices.
I know. That'll come again after COVID.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, you take care. Have a safe week. Wear your mask. Wear that mask. Stay safe. We'll see you later.
See ya.